Did you know that over 500,000 people left major UK cities last year alone? Cities once packed with life, London, Manchester, Birmingham, are now seeing residents walk away in record numbers. But why? Is it the soaring rent, the crowded streets, or something deeper no one wants to talk about? What's really happening behind the bright lights and shiny skylines? From crumbling infrastructure to quiet economic collapse, the reasons are more alarming than you might think. In this video, we'll uncover the 10 fastest dying cities in the UK, and the truth may completely change how you see urban life in Britain. One city in this list may shock you the most, because it was never supposed to fail. Number 10. Edinburgh. Edinburgh, Scotland's cultural crown jewel, is world famous for its historic castles, cobbled streets, and the iconic Royal Mile. It regularly ranks as one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, attracting millions of tourists each year. But beneath the postcard-perfect image, the city is quietly experiencing a resident exodus. Locals, especially young professionals, are relocating in growing numbers. The main reason? Rising living costs. From sky-high rents to inflated grocery bills, everyday life in Edinburgh is becoming unaffordable for many who aren't earning top-tier salaries. The city's booming short-term rental market, driven by tourism, has squeezed out long-term housing options. Many locals feel they're being pushed aside for Airbnbs and temporary visitors. This has caused friction in once tight neighborhoods, where community spirit is fading. The cost of childcare, transport, and even basic utilities have outpaced wage growth, leaving many families financially stretched. A growing number are choosing to leave the city for nearby towns like Dunfermline, Livingston, or even further north to escape the pressure. These areas offer more space, lower housing prices, and better work-life balance. Even university graduates, once the future of the city, are now taking their talent elsewhere. Despite having world-class institutions like the University of Edinburgh, the city struggles to retain its brightest minds due to a limited tech industry, few graduate-level roles, and stiff competition for housing. Edinburgh may remain visually timeless, but it's clear that for many, the economic reality has overtaken the romantic dream. Number 9. Sheffield. Once a powerhouse of the Industrial Revolution, Sheffield earned global fame for its steel production and manufacturing innovation. But as factories closed and the economy shifted towards services and technology, the city began to lose its edge. Today, while university students still arrive in large numbers, many leave shortly after graduation. Why? A lack of high-paying opportunities and limited career progression are key reasons residents, especially the young, are relocating to nearby hubs like Leeds or Manchester. Despite ongoing efforts to revitalize its city center with new developments, art spaces, and green infrastructure, Sheffield continues to face deeper challenges. Public transport is often seen as unreliable, wages remain below the national average, and public services are stretched thin. For many families, the promise of affordable living has been replaced with concerns over rising crime, underfunded healthcare, and limited childcare options. These quality-of-life issues have sparked a slow but steady population drain, with thousands moving to surrounding areas that offer better schooling, safer streets, and more job flexibility. Sheffield still has a strong sense of identity and a proud community, but the cracks are hard to ignore. Even with its proximity to the Peak District, a draw for nature lovers and hikers, people are deciding that scenic views aren't enough. Without stronger economic investment, improved infrastructure, and incentives to retain talent, Sheffield risks becoming a city people remember fondly but no longer call home. Number 8. Nottingham. Nottingham is famous for Robin Hood, its medieval castle, and deep roots in British folklore. But beyond its legendary past, the city faces a modern-day problem. Residents are leaving. Once a thriving center for lace-making and bicycle manufacturing, Nottingham is now grappling with economic uncertainty, rising crime, and social inequality. While it's home to 2 major universities, many students move away after graduation, citing a lack of job opportunities and limited upward mobility in their fields. In recent years, the city has struggled to keep pace with its neighbors. While nearby cities like Leicester and Derby have attracted new investment, Nottingham's economic growth has been uneven. The city center retail sector has been in decline, and locals complain about antisocial behavior, underfunded public transport, and increasing housing costs. Entire neighborhoods feel left behind, and regeneration projects have been slow to deliver results. For working families, the trade-off between cost and quality of life no longer feels worth it. Despite having a young population and a rich cultural scene, Nottingham is becoming a stepping stone rather than a long-term home. Many residents are choosing to settle in suburbs or rural villages, where life feels more stable and community ties are stronger. The city has potential, but unless it addresses these deep-rooted challenges, Nottingham risks losing not only its population but its sense of direction. A city built on legend shouldn't be fading into memory, but without change, that's exactly what could happen. Number 7. Liverpool. Liverpool once stood at the heart of Britain's global power, known for its historic docks, the Beatles, and vibrant working-class culture. Today, the skyline still shines with iconic buildings like the Royal Liver Building, but behind the waterfront, the city is facing a slow and painful population decline. Despite significant investment in tourism, culture, and the arts, locals are leaving in increasing numbers. A major factor is the lack of private sector jobs that offer long-term stability and growth. The collapse of key industries left economic scars that regeneration efforts haven't fully healed. Many parts of Liverpool still suffer from high unemployment, low educational attainment, and a lack of affordable housing. Some neighborhoods rank among the most deprived in the UK. Public transport across the Merseyside region is often inefficient, making daily commutes frustrating. Young families and skilled workers are relocating to nearby areas like Wirral, Southport, and even Manchester, searching for more opportunity and security. While Liverpool boasts a rich cultural identity, football legacy, and deep-rooted pride, many feel these symbolic strengths don't translate into day-to-day quality of life. Even university graduates from Liverpool, John Moores, and the University of Liverpool are seeking better prospects elsewhere. Without broader economic diversification and stronger local governance, Liverpool risks becoming a city preserved in history rather than one building a future. Its soul remains, but its people are slowly slipping away, not out of desire, but necessity. Number 6. Leeds. Leeds is often hailed as one of the UK's most economically dynamic cities, with booming sectors in finance, technology, and education. On paper, it looks like a success story: modern office towers, a young workforce, and constant redevelopment. But for many locals, that same growth has made the city harder to live in. Rents are rising, gentrification is accelerating, and long-time residents feel pushed out of neighborhoods they once called home. People are leaving not because Leeds is failing, but because it's outgrowing its own people. The surge in city center developments has come at a cost. Affordable housing is increasingly scarce, and public services, especially healthcare, public transport, and schooling, haven't kept up. The city is becoming crowded, particularly for those who rely on buses or trains to commute from outer areas. Many are now relocating to nearby towns like Wakefield, Pudsey, and Huddersfield, trading city convenience for space, stability, and a more manageable cost of living. Leeds may be booming, but not everyone can afford to stick around for the ride. Despite being home to respected universities and a thriving cultural scene, Leeds is struggling to retain young graduates and support low-income families. The city's success feels uneven, leaving behind those who aren't directly benefiting from the boom. Unless it finds a way to balance growth with livability, Leeds may continue to lose the very people who made it vibrant in the first place. Progress shouldn't price out the population, but that's exactly what's happening. Number 5. Glasgow. Glasgow is a city known for its character, creativity, and community spirit. From its iconic Victorian architecture to its thriving music scene, it proudly stands as Scotland's largest city. But behind the energy and art, thousands of residents are quietly moving away. Glasgow has long struggled with deep-rooted social issues, and despite pockets of growth, many locals face a daily battle with poverty, addiction, and limited opportunity. The city's charm remains, but its challenges are pushing people elsewhere. Health inequalities are among the worst in the UK, with high rates of drug-related deaths and chronic illness. Some districts report life expectancies years below the national average. While the city has made efforts to regenerate its East End and develop new transport hubs, these changes haven't reached everyone. Public services are under immense pressure, and affordable housing is scarce. For families seeking stability, surrounding towns like Paisley, East Kilbride, and even Edinburgh offer a more hopeful path forward. Young people, especially university graduates from institutions like the University of Glasgow and Strathclyde, often leave for better job markets in London, Manchester, or abroad. The brain drain continues as industries in tech and finance remain underdeveloped. Glasgow still offers warmth, humor, and rich cultural life, but without stronger investment in public health, education, and economic diversity, it risks becoming a place where only memories remain. It's a city that still fights, but many are choosing to fight that battle somewhere else. Number 4. Bristol. Bristol is often celebrated as one of the UK's most livable cities, known for its independent spirit, vibrant arts scene, and eco-conscious culture. With its colorful houses, buzzing harbourside, and reputation as a tech and creative hub, it's attracted newcomers for years. But now, it's facing an unexpected problem: people are leaving. The reason? Cost of living has skyrocketed. Rents have nearly doubled in a decade, and even basic goods and services feel out of reach for many long-time residents. The city's infrastructure hasn't kept pace with its popularity. Traffic congestion is among the worst outside London, public transport is unreliable, and local services are overwhelmed. Families are struggling to find affordable childcare, while students face record-high accommodation fees. Formerly diverse areas are now being reshaped by gentrification, leaving behind working-class communities that once defined the city's identity. Increasingly, people are moving to towns like Weston-super-Mare, Frome, and across the Severn Bridge into Wales, where life is slower, cheaper, and more manageable. Even younger professionals, once drawn to Bristol's edgy charm and career potential, are finding that wages don't match costs. Despite major employers in aerospace and finance, opportunities remain limited compared to larger cities. The creative scene that made Bristol famous is under threat, as artists and musicians are priced out of studios and venues. It remains a city with energy and vision, but for many, the daily strain of surviving in Bristol is enough reason to leave behind its colorful promise. Number 3. Manchester. Manchester has become a symbol of northern regeneration. With its soaring skyscrapers, flourishing tech sector, and buzzing nightlife, it's often called the UK's second city. But beyond the glossy image lies a growing disconnect. More people are now choosing to leave Manchester than settle long-term. The city's transformation has come at a cost, and many locals feel they've been left out of the progress. The housing crisis is worsening. Rents have surged, especially in the city center, pushing long-time residents to the outskirts or out entirely. For many, Manchester is no longer affordable or comfortable. Public services are strained. Transport links, particularly buses and local trains, often fail to meet demand. Meanwhile, gentrification is rapidly reshaping traditional neighborhoods like Ancoats and Hume, displacing working-class communities and erasing local culture. Even though the city continues to attract students and startups, graduate retention is falling. Many young professionals find that wages don't match living costs, and others are put off by increasing reports of urban crime, homelessness, and antisocial behavior. As a result, thousands are relocating to surrounding areas like Stockport, Salford, Bolton, or even farther afield to smaller towns where homes are cheaper and the pace is more balanced. For some, moving out is the only way to maintain a decent quality of life while staying employed in the region. Manchester still has energy and ambition, but the very growth that made it appealing is also making it unlivable for many. Without more inclusive policies, improved infrastructure, and truly affordable housing, Manchester's boom may continue, but fewer people will stick around to experience its future. Number 2. Birmingham. Birmingham, the UK's second-largest city, has long been a center of industry, culture, and multicultural vibrancy. With its iconic Bullring shopping center, expanding tram network, and growing business district, the city appears on the rise. But despite its size and scale, more people are now leaving Birmingham than moving in. The reasons? A mix of economic stagnation, crime concerns, and poor quality of life indicators, especially in inner-city neighborhoods where inequality runs deep. Many parts of Birmingham continue to suffer from high unemployment, particularly among young people. Austerity-driven budget cuts have left public services underfunded, and education outcomes in several boroughs remain below national averages. Healthcare wait times are growing, and some areas have among the highest child poverty rates in the UK. While new developments rise in the city centre, much of the investment fails to benefit the wider population. The gap between wealthy districts like Edgbaston and struggling areas like Handsworth or Sparkbrook is stark and growing. Even those who love Birmingham's spirit are feeling squeezed. Rising housing costs, congested roads, and increasing crime rates have pushed families to seek alternatives. Surrounding towns like Solihull, Walsall, and Lichfield are attracting former city dwellers looking for safer streets, better schools, and more reliable infrastructure. Students from Aston, Birmingham City, and University of Birmingham are also looking elsewhere post-graduation due to limited graduate-level jobs and an overcrowded rental market. Birmingham still has promise, but unless that promise reaches all corners of the city, it may continue to lose the very people it needs to grow. A city can only thrive if it works for everyone, and right now, too many feel left behind. Number 1. London. London, one of the most famous cities in the world, has always been a magnet for ambition, culture, and opportunity. From the bright lights of the West End to the financial pulse of Canary Wharf, the capital has long drawn millions from across the UK and the globe. But now, a surprising shift is underway. More people are leaving London than arriving. For the past several years, the capital has experienced net internal migration losses, and the reasons behind this mass departure are both simple and alarming. The cost of living in London is among the highest in Europe. Rent prices, especially in boroughs like Hackney, Camden, and Islington, are unaffordable to most working families. Even outer boroughs no longer offer relief. Meanwhile, public transport is costly and often overcrowded, childcare is expensive, and owning a home feels like an unreachable dream for many. While London still offers elite jobs, they're concentrated in sectors that exclude large portions of the population. For middle and lower-income earners, the city has become economically unsustainable. As a result, residents are relocating to commuter towns like Reading, Luton, and Milton Keynes, or even moving to completely different regions like the Midlands or Northwest. Remote work has only accelerated this trend, giving people the freedom to leave without sacrificing career goals. Even young professionals, once committed to the London lifestyle, are seeking places where they can save money, buy property, and enjoy a better work-life balance. London will always hold global prestige, but prestige doesn't pay the bills. Until the capital becomes more affordable, inclusive, and livable, its population decline will likely continue quietly, but steadily. The truth is, even the biggest cities aren't safe from decline. Behind the skyscrapers and headlines are real people, quietly packing their bags, not for adventure, but survival. The reasons are complex, the consequences even more so. And if it's happening in London, Manchester, and Glasgow, could your city be next? Now it's your turn. What do you think is the biggest reason people are leaving? Drop a comment and tell us. Would you stay, or would you go? We read every reply, and your stories might just inspire our next video. These videos take a lot of research, editing, and late-night fact-checking. So if you found value in this one, please support us with one simple click. Subscribe to our channel and help us keep making content that reveals the truth behind the headlines. It's free, it's fast, and it means everything to us.